What's up YouTube? BVB here. I wanted to talk about a product I've been really excited for. Last year was my first year following MLS, so when I found out Topps was going to be releasing a Chrome MLS set here before the start of the new season, I really wanted to get a set of cards out of that. Hadn't really been following MLS before, so it didn't make sense for me to check out their cards. I mean, I'm more of just a regular collector guy, hobby guy, not a professional breaker by any means. But I was trying to look at the products. I found out they were coming out with two products when it started. We have the Topps Chrome Mania box here, and then of course your standard hobby boxes. Now, the Mania box is meant to be more of like a Breaker's Delight type box, if you will. The hobby box, pretty standard, or so I thought. I've opened up quite a few hobby boxes in other sports that I watch, other leagues and things like that. I gotta tell you, the first hobby box that I opened really killed it. Great stuff. I immediately went out and bought a full case of those things. I was super excited about it, and I'll show you why towards the end of the video. But then I saw the Mania box, was trying to justify the price point. Super difficult to do. Tried to do some research, watch some videos. There were no videos comparing the Mania boxes to the hobby boxes. And I ended up finding actually a Mania box for cheaper, and ordered it, brought it in. I got it here. We're gonna open it today, and just want to kind of talk about like a little bit of comparison. Obviously, I've already opened up the hobby boxes, and I'll show you my pulls from that here in just a second. But I'll tell you right now, you're guaranteed 2 autos a pack. $2.38 per card. I pulled out of 13 hobby boxes 11 white, blue, and red lava parallels, 89 numbered cards, 27 of those were autos, and they were all numbered from 5 to 199. And I pulled out 2 Helix cards, which were case breaks on that. Now, I did watch a full Mania case break. Obviously, they weren't talking about value. This was a breaker selling spots, but I watched a full case break on that, and the breakdown on that is, they obviously come with 4 autos per pack guaranteed. One of them's always like an old school guy, so if you're not into that, there's 1 card already lost to you. Also, if you get one that's not like a big deal, MLS is just barely in its infancy growing, so you're not going to get a lot of those. Those old school guys probably not worth as much if you're looking for value, but they're about $700 per box right now. I was not willing to pay that. Like I said, I did find one cheaper, but I watched this guy break a full case. That's 5 Mania boxes. He pulled 35 numbered, 20 of those autos. Remember, they're guaranteed autos, 4 from each box, and every one of those was numbered from 10 to 99. So you're not getting those 199s, but he also didn't get like a lot of the lower numbers either. He pulled 30 Mania parallels out of that. They're basically just a standard parallel. Some of them you can't even really tell the difference. Those ones I believe look more like Mojos. They have 15 refractor parallels that he pulled out of there, and those ones, I mean, I'll be honest with you, he pulled a Messi, and it hardly looked different from a base Chrome card. There's not a lot to it, so I'm gonna say those ones aren't going to be worth a ton. I haven't looked them up or anything, but I was not super excited about the pack that he pulled. I think all 3 of the current player signature cards he got were forwards, which is a big deal in soccer hobby. Like, the position makes a big difference unless they're just like a total god midfielder or something like that. Defenders and goalies usually not the hot ticket if you're looking for value again. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hop into breaking this box here. It's kind of what I've been waiting for a while. Super excited. Obviously, what we're hoping for, a little Seattle, but we're not gonna turn down a Messi, I'll tell you that, or a Kevin Sullivan. Okay. Obviously a pretty robust box. It's a big box. We'll probably start with our pack here, just so you can kind of see what we get. You know what, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and take these puppies out. Set those aside. Like I said, this box is pretty robust. It's pretty thick. Let's put that off to the side for us. Open this pack here. Okay. First card. Again, like I said, those little mojo refractors, or refractor parallels rather, sorry. Thierry Henry, another classic old school guy. Sergio Origel. Probably butchered the hell out of that, sorry. Here we go. First numbered card we got. Alex Freeman, rookie card /99. Like I said, these ones shouldn't be above 99. I don't think it says that anywhere on the product page, but they're pretty good. About at least giving you that end of the value. Christian Espinoza /30. Those ones are kind of like a sepia tone. Pretty common. This one's nice. We got a 5/50 Maxi Morales. Out of 50 gold is not bad. Again, probably not a lot of huge value on that one there. Kayak, rookie card, and this is where our Mania parallels start. I believe these are the Manias. They look kind of like a standard Mojo refractor. Here's a rookie card, Leonardo Barroso, defender. DeMarcus Beasley, also defender. If you're looking for personal choice stuff here, these are some neat things to pull. But if you don't have the money to burn, this can be kind of disappointing. Dejan Javlic, he's a forward. Finn Sermon, another rookie card. And Dane St. Clair, he just transferred from, I believe it was Minnesota. Yeah, here we go, Minnesota over to Miami. He's the goalkeeper for Miami, vying to be #1 goalkeeper for U.S. team. Gotta say, pretty underwhelming on that pack. I mean, I've been expecting this because of what I've been seeing online. The guy's breaking. Not super value. Nothing crazy there. I didn't get any like super big players. Pretty rough. Let's go ahead and start on our autos here. First auto. This is our old school one, numbered to 75. This is Preki. Go ahead and move these out of the way for us here. Preki. I've gotten him a couple times on different things. Not a super great card. Not my favorite. Hopefully we can get something out of it. Definitely not something I'm like super excited about collecting. Second card. Now this is interesting. I haven't seen this happen yet. The guys I've seen breaking, usually they only got one of the old school guys. Lately I've had a lot of luck breaking, getting some good cards. This is kind of disappointing right here because I got a second old school guy. This one is 25/50. Another MLS all-timers, old school. Villa. I think that guy's Villa. That's how you pronounce his name. Disappointing. Let's go for card number 3. This is out of 99. Marcus Rios, a midfielder, auto. Not awesome. Not super great. Not what I was hoping for. And again, we're now on the last card. That's all the cards you get. These are, $44 a card if you're looking at cost per card. Hard to justify the value if you're not getting really good things. Last card here, Christian Benteke out of 25. He's a forward for DC United. Pretty good player. This is probably the best card in the pack that I got. If I looked up values, I'm going to say that this one's probably the best that we've gotten so far. It's decent. I don't know If we want to real quick recap some of these. Christian Benteke right there. God, it is so hard to see with the glare from my screen. But Marcus Rios, I know we just went over these. Via all-timers. Preki all-timers. And then our other cards, nothing really of note to talk about, but I'll put the numbered ones back up. Maxi Morales, Christian Espinosa, Alex Freeman. You know, those are numbered cards, but nothing great. I think the best one there was out of 50. Pretty rough, okay? And that's gonna be what I'm gonna lead off on here, saying that the Mania box probably is not worth it. Probably not worth it at all. I'm gonna say this is a big miss. I think if I was opening this with my kids, I would have had an early bedtime because I would have been throwing a fit. It's really value's not there, and I'm going to show you why right now. I opened, like I said, my first hobby box. Was super excited. Me and my kids had a great time. My daughter's favorite player is Messi. We pulled a Messi. I'll show you in just a second. But I ended up ordering that case, and this is what I came out of the case with. I don't know if you guys can see that all the way to the bottom there, but this stack here is all numbered cards with the exception of the 11 white, blue, and red lava parallels, but there are 89 starting from 5 of 5. I'll show you if you guys can see it right there. 5 of 5. And I've got a couple 10 of 10s in here, a couple load number ones, just so you can see that I'm not stacking this thing. That right there, I believe that's out of 75. Let me see. Yep, out of 75. Okay. And again, not all like awesome players, but I did get quite a few. Okay. So total 100 cards here that I got. I'll just show you all the way to the bottom. This is the one auto I got that was not numbered, but it's still like a parallel, right? Like, I believe this was a white parallel, and then I had quite a few of these unnumbered lavas, Drogba, Prince, all these guys. So a ton of those. Anyway, the value for me was there. Super fun, like pulling it. A lot of exciting cards in there. Even just your parallels, like non-insert parallels, were super good. Really fun. The Big City Strikers is probably like one of the best cards in there. Just take these and set them to the side. But the cream, the best thing I got was my little buddy right here. This came out of the very first box we opened. Okay. That is a Messi Helix. That is a case hit right there. Take him and we'll just put him over here so you guys can get a good view of it. Anyway, Messi case hit. Let's turn it sideways. That'll look a lot better there. Looks good. That was fantastic. Probably one of the best things that I've ever pulled. We love Messi in this house. He's one of those players that has transcended favorite player status. He's just an absolute legend. If you don't love him, it's probably because you love Ronaldo. But we love him in this house. My daughter's absolute favorite. And she pulled it and was like more excited than anything. Great. But up till that point, like, we had pulled a ton of other stuff too. Really great cards that I was enjoying. We obviously love Seattle. Love their players, so we got a couple of those. I think I got a out of 50, one of their rookie cards out of that. Actually awesome. Then I ordered the case. Okay. And from the case, we got another Helix, Luis Suarez. Okay. Messi can't score without his buddies, okay? So he's got to have his friend here. So we got Messi and Luis. both those Helix cards, case hits, absolutely awesome. Love it. Didn't get anything crazy, no Renaissance signatures or anything like that. I can tell you right now, though, I have gotten way more good cards out of the hobby boxes. There's nothing saying that the hobby boxes are not giving you as many Messies or Kevin Sullivans or like the big hitters, and you can only get them from the Mania boxes. I'll tell you right now, I've watched these guys open the Mania boxes and they haven't gotten anything. I've seen a lot of good stuff come out of these. Now, once the blaster boxes and stuff come out, the retail boxes, that should be here pretty soon. You're going to start seeing, people pulling things out of that. I know Topps has been really showcasing, like, oh, this kid pulled this thing out of a dumpster somewhere that he found in the back of a Walmart parking lot. Well, there are people pulling those cards. They're not all just coming from breakers. And I'll be honest, the breakers that I've been watching haven't been pulling anything. Like I said, I'm just a regular guy with my family. We've been pulling cards, and out of 13 boxes, we got 100 legit cards, legit parallels, and a couple of these inserts that were really nice. Watched a guy and his kids a video where they kind of did something similar to what I just did last night, and the guy and his kids pulled a Renaissance auto of actually I think it was one of the players that I just got, but the guy from DC United, the forward, that was the one they got, and it was like a really nice auto insert. I don't believe those are patch autos, but there are some super cool patch autos in here. The ones with the Apple TV logo cut off of their jersey and put in there, those are super big inserts, super big patch relics, super awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys find this video useful. Like I said, not a professional breaker, but if you guys have questions, put them in the comments. I'll tell you what I know, or at least try to find out. Thanks for watching. Down below, we're going to have a checklist from Topps and a couple of the product pages. Not an advertisement. I just happen to like the product pages from Dave and Adam's Card World, and that's where I tend to shop a lot as a consumer. I'll put those down below so you guys can kind of see what's in each product.